You poor naive chump.
All right.
I'm eating kettle corn over here and got a kernel stuck in my throat.
Oh. I am starving, but I wanted to get this done. I can eat after we're done recording.
We should do a mukbang episode.
I mean, if you really want to.
I feel like I always see, like food challenges and stuff, and I always think that I can do it, but I don't think I could.
I know I can. It would take, I need prep. Like, I couldn't just show up unannounced to a food challenge, but if I was given at least 24 hours to prep, I could do it. I think.
Maybe. Well, because, Kelly and I have been watching King of the Hill, and that episode where, he eats the 72-ounce steak at the end.
I could do that.
I was like, I was wondering because, I get my meat rare. I don't know if I could do it like that.
Oh, I could. 100%. I think it's easier.
Just the time chewing. Well, I would say it's the time chewing, but I guess if you're doing a challenge, you have swallow techniques, I guess.
If it's rare, what chewing are you really doing?
I guess you just have to cut strategically.
Yeah, you pre-cut. I mean, if we're talking about strategy, you pre-cut that shit. So, you just get all that shit out the way.
Well, it's easy. God damn. Got trucks out the wazoo out here. Yeah, I always... It is always easier to cut a rare steak when it's warm. Golly.
No,
I'm everyone, every single fucking truck in the world is outside my house right now.
And I don't hear anything.
Oh, you will. I'm not gonna be able to edit this shit out.
All right, guys. Point and laugh at Isaac because he can't do audio control.
Welcome back to the Isaac Can't Edit His Own podcast.
You're workshopping that name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I can't hear it because my headphones are somewhat noise canceling, but I can see it on the fucking waveform. And then I turn around and there's just a fucking truck.
That's disappointing. It's
It
funny
is very disappointing.
because you live in a house and I live in an apartment and I have way less background noise on any given day. I also live next to a highway.
It's bad.
Yeah. No, it's very true. I think this is the first time you've complained during a recording.
Well, it would be different if it was every once in a while, but since we've gotten on Discord, it's been happening because I kept having to start and stop Audacity, and I keep seeing it. It's making me really upset.
Corporate espionage. It's the other guys. It's the Goons podcast.
They found out I was making a podcast, and they found out that I have 9 views. They wanted to put a stop to it.
Speaking of the Goons podcast, you remember my old podcast with Elijah, Goons in a Room?
I was on one of the episodes.
Yes, sir. I think 2 of the episodes.
I'm gonna put a card here. Check it out.
But I remember when we had finally started to decide what we wanted that show to be about, and then it ended. And we were going to start making the show focused on the stories about people being stupid, like news stories and shit like that. We'd take turns pulling articles and talking about goons. Well,
I think the meaning of the word goon has changed.
Unfortunately, it has. So I don't know if I could bring that podcast back, even with, even if I got Elijah down and we decided to have a structure and everything. Just we would have to workshop the name.
I mean, I think the name would give you some marketability.
But going back to the core nature of the show, I have found a story of what might be one of the dumbest individuals ever to exist.
Tell me all about it, baby.
Okay, so you don't do drugs, and I do a little bit of drugs, or I used to. I don't really do it anymore. But when I say I did drugs, I'm talking like marijuana and mushrooms. Nothing crazy, right?
Marijuana.
I would never inject something into my veins. I would never do that for medical purposes, let alone recreationally, right? That's what
Dude,
the
I
doc.
was scared of getting a fucking COVID-19 shot. I'm not going to stick anything inside my veins.
I don't have an issue with needles. It's just like I'm not
do.
gonna put foreign material into my veins. Period.
Untrustworthy material.
That's what the doctor is for. The doctor isn't gonna give me heroin or meth.
On purpose.
Well,
There was that one time.
so already the leap in willpower to start putting drugs in my arm. Let's just remove that, right? Take it one step further. I want you to tell me what you think is the craziest, most harmful thing you could think of to inject into your body that isn't like just fucking bleach, right? Like realistically, what's something you could see someone crushing up and injecting into themselves?
A fucking glow stick.
That's happened. It's a thing.
I've heard that one before.
That one's
Can't
stupid.
really.
Like I don't. I guess if you're high and you're not thinking straight, it's kind of cool. Like the concept is cool until you realize you're injecting foreign chemicals into
Poison.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you about this story that I read about. This was a while ago, so I'm not going to have all the details straight. But you ever just look at a black widow and think to yourself, man, I should crush that up and inject that into me?
This sounds like something you've done.
No. I honestly, I'd prefer if the spider was still alive. Not because I'm like a bleeding heart or anything, just because they're cool to look at. There's nothing cool about a crushed up spider in a syringe other than like the potential, you know?
I'm scared to see how this goes. How this story goes. But you go.
I mean, it's going exactly where you think it goes. Someone injected a crushed black widow into themselves and got
died.
sick. No, one black widow isn't going to kill you. That's a misconception. Now, most of,
Okay, well then got sick.
yeah, but just like, what the fuck possesses you to take a spider, crush it up, and inject it into your body?
Like not even like the venom, but just like the spider.
Well, I mean, it's all included, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but like you would think like they would like extract venom or something to do that, like because they're metal as hell. But like the spider itself, I don't know about that one, Chief. I mean, I don't know about the poison either, but I mean, just I don't know. I don't know where the thought process comes from.
I want to say they did it for like medicinal purposes. It wasn't like they were chasing a high or just, I mean, they were being stupid for sure, but it wasn't like they were just fucking around. I really think they were trying to treat or cure something, if I remember the story correctly.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man, the guy that was injected with a venomous spider, right? I remember that. Everyone remembers that.
It's the classic Stan Lee character.
Yeah, dude gets addicted to heroin and can't afford it, so he crushes up a spider he finds and injects that. Yeah, tales old as time.
Everyone knows the story. Everyone knows the story. We don't have to keep explaining it.
Oh man, I think the only thing, like the only creature, I mean, like other than the obviously like a pufferfish or some random bullshit, but like the only other thing in a similar vein that I think could be worse is a brown recluse or something with a similar.
That will kill you.
Not necessarily. Same. I don't want to be a nerd, but you know why brown recluse bites are arguably worse than a black widow's?
I got nothing.
So, have you ever seen a bite from either of those spiders? And what happens to? So when a black widow bites you, it's a neurotoxin. And the reason people end up dying to black widows is because they're social spiders. They have a tendency to nest And typically where you find one, you'll find more because they like damp wood. They like damp, undisturbed wood. Or not even really. I say damp. That's incorrect. They like dark, woody areas like cellars and outhouses, not like the woods. Brown recluses like more like the more roughneck type situations. The brown recluses love piles of old clothes. And they're not super social in the same way that black widows are, which is still, like, I use that term loosely. They just tend to group up near each other. But a brown recluse is a hemotoxin. And
for like your blood.
It causes the skin around the wound to get infected and deteriorate. Like when you look at a brown recluse bite, you can see it start to eat away at the skin. There's like a cyst of empty flesh where the venom's eating away. It's gross. And it's like,
oh man, this isn't ghost stories.
Yeah. I mean,
you're freaking me out.
What, by talking about the two deadly American spiders that both happen to reside in our area?
Yes.
Have you ever seen?
I'm scared.
Have you seen either one in real life?
I have seen one black widow.
They're
only for a second.
They're fucking beautiful. Scary to see in real life. I've seen a few. My first ever job, a Sonic drive-in, guys. The signs, black widows love those things. I could not tell you why. A little bit of fear-mongering for the people. That's a true story, by the way. The first time I ever saw a black widow was when I was at Sonic. Working.
And you never looked back.
Well, I mean, I kept seeing them. I don't know if it was just like common to our Sonic in particular, but I mean, just black widows.
I wouldn't be surprised. That place looked like a fucking cyst hole.
Even after they replaced the signs with the new screens, they still had a black widow problem. So I don't know if it was like a location thing or what.
I don't know. That Sonic was always kind of gross. As I gotten older.
But yeah, I just thought, like, what possesses you to inject something we know is harmful? Like, it's one thing to inject heroin into your veins, because, like, yeah, we know it's harmful, but we also know it gets you high.
You get something out of it. Yeah.
What the fuck do you get out of injecting a spider into you?
A story.
A Darwin Award, maybe?
Maybe. That's one of the. I mean, I've licked a helicopter before, so it's kind of like one of those things that just like, oh yeah, I did that once.
That was such a fucking random thing to say.
It's true.
I actually don't have a follow up to that. You just fucking neuralized me.
Did I never tell you that?
No, you know what? It might have come up. That sounds like something you would just say in the exact same cadence you just did, like just as a one-off line.
That's what I save it for. I save it for a random. Oh yeah, I did this once.
I think that's your brand of comedy. I think is like you take advantage of like awkward moments, but instead of like making the joke, you just press the issue further. Like you just make it more awkward.
I actually did that the other day. I was in the bathroom. Horrible shit. That's not the point of the story, but it comes back later. Just hold on to your seats. And so I walked back into like the office I was, that we were all gathered in, and so I'm new to this job. So I walk in there and like everyone kind of stopped talking. I looking back on it, they may have been talking about me, but I just walked in. Everyone kind of stopped talking, and we were like settled in for a minute. And I was just like, "Y'all ever shit out your ass?" And they all just kind of looked at me. And they're like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And
yeah,
I was like, I don't know.
I think that's why our brand of humor together works so well, is because you're always trying to escalate, and I'm looking for the punchline.
I
And
mean, they laughed, but I
No.
definitely didn't make anything better.
but that's funny. I think people who shit at the thing I was doing today at work. I'm over here. Everyone is, it's a little celebration type thing, and I'm smiling because like I see other people being happy, but I'm also smiling out of fear because I'm uncomfortable. And it's like the humor there is that I'm in an uncomfortable situation. Everyone else is goading everyone else into being a part of the uncomfortable situation, and that's your brand of humor. You force people to be a part of your joke. And I throw me a fucking bone, dude.
Dude. What the fuck was that?
Help, I'm drowning.
Oh, God.
Oh man! The comment about what the fuck? What did you even say? What did you say that threw off my whole train of thought?
I licked a helicopter.
Yeah, you said that shit, and that sent me off on a tangent about your brand of humor, and you did not save me.
See, that's the other side of my brand of humor. I love screw the audience jokes.
You motherfucker.
I love them so much. I mean,
Yeah.
half the sketches I have written down have just been like, it's clearly going somewhere, and then I just don't let it happen. I'm basically edging you for laughs.
That's a succinct way to say it. I know you're keeping all that shit in too, and that's what makes me so upset.
It sucks because, in person, if I'm not necessarily on, in person, I just let the shit out. But right when you need me, right when you fucking need me, I'll leave you hanging out to dry.
Yeah, that fucking hurt my soul, dude. I'm so glad that we do not record this with a face cam, because I'm like fucking deer in the headlights. Look like the fucking walrus.
Okay, so I just got a DoorDash, and then I got the DoorDash taken away.
Huh?
I have a Ring camera, and someone left a DoorDash, drove away, came back, and then took the DoorDash.
I'm assuming
I didn't order DoorDash.
I was
so
say,
I
I'm
think
assuming
it
it
was for my
wasn't
neighbor.
yours.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would be making a way bigger deal about it. And also, who orders DoorDash in the middle of recording a podcast? We're not there yet.
I
Have you
preheated
noticed
my
that?
oven.
I just realized. I like Distractable and Super Mega Cast or Super Mega Show now. Those are really the only two podcasts I listen to, other than the Plaidcast. And every 4 or 5 episodes, someone is like, "Oh, I'll be right back. I gotta go get my DoorDashes here." It's like, why'd you fucking order DoorDash when you're in the middle of recording? And I know that I know Distractable for a fact, they record 2 or 3 episodes a session. And then, Super Mega, they have an office, so they're always kind of doing shit. But I mean, is that just do they just do that to transition into ads better?
I mean, I'm sure it can be a funny bit sometimes, but honestly, I just think they're ordering DoorDash, and it's just Occam's razor. I always default to it. The simplest answer is they just order fucking food.
Fair enough.
I mean, how many?
I had to stop. I have an addiction to that shit.
Just going back to the Super Mega Cast. I don't listen to them now, but I remember one of the bits that sticks in my head is when they just talk about ordering lobster bisque for
Oh yeah.
the latter half of the whole episode. So I mean, sometimes I think it's a joke, but I mean, it's just real. They're just ordering food, dude.
Right.
And I'm sure I know the audience heard me, but I preheated my oven as we started. I don't know if I'm gonna throw food in there necessarily because we're in the
Just
middle
trying
of
to keep the
something.
house warm.
Well, I mean, I was gonna throw something in, but then
Well,
it's
to
like,
be fair, a few episodes back, you just kind of left me while you like boiled your tamales. So
yeah, I'm kind of the odd man out here because like, I don't see the issue with it.
oh no, I don't see an issue at all. It's not that there's an issue. I'm just
Good. My
like,
DoorDash
if you're
is
in the
here.
middle of okay, I'll handle it from here.
Okay.
Ad reads. Feeling down in the dumps? Need a little excitement in your life? Well, my boring friend, we have the solution for you. Just for $0 a session, crush some spiders and inject them directly into your veins. I know what you're thinking. It can't be that simple, right? Well, don't take our word for it. Listen to this guy. I crushed a spider and injected it into my veins. Still not convinced? Well, you're just gonna have to try it yourself. Go to the local spider nest and get crushing. The Blackcast does not endorse crushing up spiders and injecting them, and this fake ad should not be taken seriously. I'll put an ad in.
I was like, what are the odds? What are the odds you make a fake ad?
Oh, dude, I wanted to do that for a while. I wanted that to be a bit until I had ads. Which did I tell you that I got offered an ad, like ad space, when like during the first run of this podcast?
No, you didn't. But that sounds like a hell of a scam.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even answer it. But it was like, John from TPS, is trying to reach out for you for ad space or whatever because you use Anchor or whatever. So I was like, this feels like a scam, so I'm not going to answer it. And also, I'm not so far into this that I'm expecting to make money, and there's not enough people watching.
TPS just sounds like a fucking what's it called? Cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I mean this was also like 3 or 4 years ago, so I can't tell you if that was, something that actually happened or not. But I'm gonna tell you a story from when I was 12 years old. So step back in time with me.
Okay.
Do you remember? So that Circle K that was kind of like near where I lived. Do you remember those vending machines like they stuck in bathrooms?
For like condoms and shit, or like for the
Yeah, that was my follow up question. Was do you remember what they stocked those with? Yeah, it was full of condoms. So when I was 12, I was in Scouts, and we're just like a bunch of like boys, so we're gonna be. I don't know what this was for, to be completely honest, but I think we all went in there to grab condoms just to like play with them,
As
or
one
just to
does.
say we did. I mean, you're 12. You just kind of do things that you're not supposed to, Like we didn't use them. I mean, we took them out and like.
You
Put 'em
didn't
on our
use
heads.
them. You're all just fucking each other raw.
I mean, it's the Boy Scout way.
Fair
But
enough.
no,
I
we
mean,
like-
I wouldn't know. I'm not an Eagle Scout myself.
Well, we were like testing the durability of them, like.
Oh my
pouring
God.
water, or, like.
You
Well,
can't.
we were, like, put 'em-
No. You can't follow up. You can't follow that up. We're just testing the durability. What the fuck do you mean?
I meant like we were like putting our head, like we like put them on our heads and like warm as hats and like stretch them out with our arms and shit.
You're
We're
not
just
making
playing
it
with
better.
condoms, man. We're 12. But anyway, so I bought. Well, I was about to say thankfully I bought 2, but don't get me there. But I bought 2 because I was like, they're like 75 cents, so whatever. So
Ah,
I
you were.
bought 2 of
I
them.
forgot you were a rich kid. You had fucking $1.50 in your pocket. God damn.
Damn straight, brother. And so I took. So they came in little cardboard boxes, and we got to where we were going, and then we were like, my dad probably doesn't know about this. I don't think he listens, but this is gonna be a wake up call for him that he wasn't paying attention. So I open, everyone's opening their boxes, like playing with their condoms, and I opened my box, and you know what I got out of there? It
Horny
wasn't a
goat weed?
condom. No. So there was a condom that was infused with horny goat weed, but no. I opened my box and there was a coin in there. Just a coin,
Huh?
like not a quarter or anything. It was like a novelty coin. It was the heads was oh man. I think the heads had a lion on it. It was like lions are scary, but then when you looked on the tail side, it was a woman's pussy, and then it was like, but a little pussy never hurt anyone. And I kept that for a very long time. I don't know where it is now, but novelty and jokes aside, imagine being a guy who like has to get his condoms out of the vending machine, and he comes home to a date and he doesn't have a condom. Like, he opens the fucking box and there's no condom. It's just this fucking coin.
That's a skit. That's 100% a skit. But like maybe instead of a coin, it's like some other random object. But just the idea of that is fucking hilarious. Like, what do you do in that situation? You actually you ruin the whole moment. You're either
Honestly,
going.
I mean, thank goodness it happened to me. You know, some 12-year-old who wasn't going to use it anyway. Because that could have fucked somebody up. Because, you know, some people just kind of go with the flow and like, well, I don't have one. Oh, well. And then they just kind of go for it, you know.
So, what's funny to me about that is like, in the moment, you'd probably be a little upset because you're like, oh, I was expecting to have a condom, and now there's a chance that this ain't gonna happen. Or, you know, if you're a smart individual who is safe, this isn't gonna happen.
You would just buy, you just buy another one.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't forego the condom because you don't have. That's what I'm saying. But on the other side, like, let's be real. We're both men. If we buy a condom and we get a coin that has a lion and a pussy on it, we're not going to be mad.
I mean, I wasn't mad.
No, I mean, what I'm saying.
Mad now.
Even a grown-ass adult, even if I was expecting a condom, and, you know, like I said, I would probably be upset in the moment that it kind of, you know, first of all, kind of sad they are hinging on a gas station bathroom condom. But, you know, the struggle's real. I get it. I got this coin, though. Now, every time I got to do a coin flip, I'm the coolest kid in the class.
Yeah, I kept it for a long time. I can't, for the life of me, figure out where it went.
And, you know, like the coin said, missing a little pussy never hurt anybody. It didn't say that first part, but it's implied.
But yeah, I just I thought it was hilarious because, you know, there was like 13 of us and like maybe 7 of us participated in this little event. Not one other person had a coin in theirs. It was just me. And I had another one to play with, thankfully. You know, you want to be safe when you're playing with your friends. But the fact that I don't know, it was just weird. Like, it wasn't like that whole vending machine just had coins or whatever. And it didn't say anywhere that, like, oh, there's a chance you'll get this cool novelty coin or whatever.
Now, I wonder, this is just my head theory, right? What if that coin was like a signifier for the fact that that particular slot was now empty and had to be refilled?
I don't know. I mean, maybe, but like,
because I know from experience that typically would be a vendor type situation. So like, it wouldn't be the store or the gas station itself that's stocking that. Because I worked at a gas station. It's going to be some third party who comes in probably like once a month or once a week to stock it, depending on the traffic. So
in Augusta, it was probably once every 3 days.
I don't know. You really think people out there using condoms?
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of 12-year-old boys playing around with condoms.
That's not the same.
I mean, they're using them, just not for the intended purpose.
Okay. This is going to be a crazy segue, and I apologize for it. But would you, if you found yourself in a position to do so, would you do a pred catch?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Are you making plans? Are we making plans on the podcast right now?
No, we do not have plans to stage a pred catch.
Okay.
I think as fucked up as it sounds, I think that would be really fun to do. But I think there would be a part of my soul that is just irreparably damaged having to come face to face. Yeah, having to come face to face with that kind of shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
The reason it's on my mind is, I mean, of course, we're talking about Boy Scouts playing with condoms, but I've just seen a lot of content. There's one particular YouTuber who I'm sure everyone knows about, Gideon. He used to be a prank YouTuber, and now he switched over to more like a predator catching style content. And I'm not necessarily saying that I vibe with 100% of what he does, but how could you not respect the hustle, especially if you're getting convictions, you know what I mean?
Right. For sure.
And, you see enough of something that you agree with or that you're passionate about, and you just, I mean, everyone has this thought like, oh yeah, I could do that, or I want to do that. And I think just like how I find enjoyment in taking on any new project like the one that you and I are embarking on, it's just the novelty of it in of itself draws me into wanting to entertain the idea. I mean, at the very least, I think it'd be a funny sketch. But, I mean, shit, who knows what the future holds? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want to transition our entire brand into pred catches, but if we could collaborate with a pred catching channel or something like that, just to help out, just to be a part of it and like make a video about it, that'd be fucking awesome. I mean, but I feel the same way about that as I do about like collaborating with a hacker channel or like an anti-scammer channel like Kit Boga or something like that.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, dude, that is such a fun rabbit hole of content to go down. It's people who target scammers, and their whole shtick is keeping the scammer on the phone long enough to get them back. Like, we get into their systems and we start fucking with them, and then we report them to their national police or their local police department.
Okay, I think I've kind of seen that before.
And a lot of the best like scam baiters, as they're called, they speak Hindu or whatever the language is. I apologize. And
I think that's right.
I think so too. I just want to I want to be respectful.
You want a lampshade it, I understand.
I don't care about being if I'm making the joke, I don't care about that. I just don't want to be ignorantly disrespectful. Because I'm supposed to know this shit if I'm talking about it.
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, that's my mentality.
To be educated before you talk about stuff.
But they speak the language, so it's always funny when the Uno reverse card is played. Because after you piss off these scammers so much, and 9 times out of 10 they are from India. I'm not saying anything about Indian people, but the fact is a fact.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Life, yeah.
Fact is a fact. It has nothing to do with Indian people. It's just that's
where it is.
Right.
It's easy to do it from there.
There's American scammers just the same. I was hit by a fucking American scammer back when I worked at that same gas station from earlier. I mean, that shit, if they know what they're doing, which this guy did, and of course I'm a 18-year-old kid, I don't know anything, especially the fact that I'm not trained for this type of thing. Pulled one right over on me. So
I never heard of this, I don't think.
Dude, I was devastated. I thought I was losing my job. And I guess just the fact that it was so traumatic, I just kept it to myself after it initially happened. But yeah.
Wait, did you get the gas station scammed, or did you get yourself scammed?
The gas station.
Oh, I may have heard of this, but go ahead and tell everybody else.
Some dude just called the store pretending to be corporate and had me go through a bunch of hoops, and eventually what it's all social engineering. They have you do a couple of mundane tasks first. They tell you you're doing a good job, and then they have you do something that's a little more complicated that doesn't register to you because it's similar to what you're doing before. So like he was having me check to make sure everything on the register was working. He had intimate knowledge of the system, and so not knowing any better, I was just shit. Okay, whatever. And then he started having me do some shit with some gift cards, and that should have set me off, but for whatever reason it didn't. And I think it was just because I was so comfortable with the call already.
Yeah, because he lured you into a false sense of security.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
he actually didn't get anything out of me, but I was on the phone with him for like an hour, just doing pretty much whatever he asked of me, and it was just for the simple fact that I was too fucking stupid to work the register that he couldn't get any money.
your own incompetence ruined his plan.
That's the only reason I kept my job is because he didn't get anything. Like the only damage to the store was we had to throw away some gift cards, and in all reality, that doesn't cost us anything.
Sure.
There's no
It's kinda
money.
funny. I mean, not saying that you're stupid, obviously, because you're a smart guy. You just didn't know at that point
Well, yeah,
how to work
and
stuff.
but that's the shittiest part of that situation. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are or like how secure you are in yourself. Something like that happens, you feel like a fucking moron. Like,
Oh yeah. Like
I
how
won't-
did I not know?
yeah, I mean, I went home from work, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was crying because I thought, this is it. I just lost my job over some dumb shit. Some guy played me for a fool over the phone, and now I'm SOL.
But it
It's-
all worked out.
Yeah, more or less. It's just a
Now you're
devastating
the manager
feeling.
of a place. Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters yet?
What the fuck did you just say to me? No.
It's really good.
Is that like an anime?
No, it's so you know Sony Pictures Animation or whatever. They're really fucking popping off. You know, they had Spider-Verse, they had oh man, what else did they have? I don't remember. But they just came out with K-pop Demon Hunters. It's really good. Like I would recommend anybody checking it out if you haven't already.
So it's like a show.
No, it's a movie.
Okay.
I mean, and you know me. I mean, I don't really like K-pop, especially because of the fan base. But the movie itself is really good.
I'll check it out on your recommendation. I was gonna take Bailey to see the new Spider-Man. Superman.
Oh, I want to watch that, but also I don't know how I feel about going to the theater anymore. Like I went to because you know we have that really big IMAX theater, so I went to go see F1 when it came out. Also recommend that, by the way.
I'll have
you
to
know anything about
respectfully
F1,
decline.
If you know anything about F1, you probably won't like it, but it's just a good racing movie, you know, at its core. But yeah, no, I just don't know how I feel about going to the theaters necessarily, because I want to watch the new Superman, I want to watch the new Fantastic Four, but I don't know if going to the theater is worth it in this day and age.
I'll see how she's feeling. If she wants to make a date of it, of course I'll take her to the theater. But I don't really care for the theater experience myself.
I mean, sometimes it's necessary. Like, you know, like when we went to go see Transformers 1, that was really fucking awesome. Like, I went like 4 times.
Yeah, if we just
Go
watched
see that shit.
if we just watched that on your living room couch, I probably wouldn't have had the same experience.
But, you know, then there's some movies like, I don't know. I can't really think of any right now. But they're like a majority of movies, you know, you could just wait for it to be on digital or streaming or whatever, and you'll get the same effect that you would have in the theater.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of movies, just while I'm thinking about it, is there a particular movie that you really, really like? Like you would put it probably in like your top 10 but you found out that like the general populace thinks it's a terrible movie.
Well, my favorite movie is the 2008 Speed Racer movie, and a lot of people think it's a shitty movie. I mean, I think a lot of people are coming around to it finally, but I mean, Speed Racer has always been my fucking shit.
Okay, I guess I'm more along the lines of thinking of something that the majority of people just think is not good.
Well, that's the thing. The majority of people did think it wasn't good. I mean, it's just now starting to come around. But I don't know. I can't really think of anything.
Anything more recent, maybe? I have an example in mind. That's why I ask.
Go for it while I'm thinking.
So, I don't go to the movies very often. And on top of that, I don't watch television or movies very often. We know that as a fact. It's like pulling teeth just to get me to watch a fucking pilot for a show.
Yeah. You're right.
And a lot of that just comes down with I have an issue focusing all my attention on one thing for any given time. Unless I'm actively engaging with it, like a video game. Because I'm actively in control of the character and the situation, it can hold my attention. But it's not the same thing for TV and shows. But that being said, do you remember what movie I've seen multiple times in theaters? I think there's only one movie that I've seen multiple times in theaters.
I don't know. I mean, the only movie that I don't know. I can't think of it. I don't know.
It was Nope, the Jordan Peele
really?
movie. Yeah, I fucking love that movie.
I didn't realize you saw it more than once. I knew you saw it, obviously, but
Yeah, I saw it twice in theaters, which is crazy because I watching it one time is a lot, but I went back for fucking seconds, dude.
it's good shit. Yeah, I mean, Nope was really, really good.
I understand why people didn't like it, and I'm not gonna put on my hat and say, "Oh, you just didn't understand it," which I think is a majority of why people don't like it. But I don't think the onus is on the audience to understand the movie.
Sure.
Just because I understood it and I appreciated a lot of what it had going on doesn't necessarily mean that it was digestible for other people. And I don't want to take away from other people's opinion just because they didn't get it. Like, I'm not going to say, "Oh, you didn't get it, you're stupid." It's you didn't get it, and that's not necessarily on you because that movie's kind of a fever dream.
Yeah, I'm never gonna bash someone for not getting a movie because that's not what it's about.
No, I gotta fight you on that one because if someone tells me they didn't understand like the plot of the Pokemon movie or some shit,
Okay, well, fucking fair. But if someone comes up to me and is like, "I didn't understand the ending of Interstellar," I'm not gonna like hit them with the well. Actually,
yeah, exactly.
it's relative. Like if you tell me that you watched Pokemon the first movie and didn't understand the fucking point, then you didn't watch it. You were just doing something else while it was on in the background. Which, by the way, I've watched that recently. Doesn't hold up.
Yo, speaking of fucking spiders, I got bit by a spider while we were recording this shit.
What? Just a few seconds ago?
I got this big ass spider bite on my ankle now.
Oh, way to bring it full circle.
Do you know? It's not a surefire way, but do you know a good way to tell if it's a spider bite as opposed to another insect or animal?
Ask it.
Yeah, ask your bite. Hey, who bit you? Results will vary.
Who made you?
Who made you?
No, what do you do?
If you see like two little, you know how like a mosquito bite has the puncture mark or the head, if you will.
Uh-huh.
If you have a bite that has two little heads side by side, it's a good sign of a spider bite.
Good to know.
I probably just got bit by a cellar spider. They're common around here.
What are they selling?
It depends on what part of town. East side or west side?
What side are you on?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? When is the last time you used a GPS?
Like the physical device or Google Maps?
I mean, just a fucking map something to help you get somewhere.
The last time I went back home, and I just use it for traffic data.
Okay, but you didn't need like directions.
No, the last time I used it for directions was probably like me personally. It's been a while, but I mean, the last time I was like on a trip that used it was just when we went out to eat last, and that's just because Bailey doesn't uses it for everything.
Okay, so you haven't like been on a trip where it's like for 280 miles stay straight. Right?
Not since I went to training.
So when I went to Birmingham, you know, basically, okay, here's my point. So I had a good long stretch of where I was going straight or whatever, and I had to pull off to get gas, and my GPS like fucking freaked out. Like it was acting like I was like gonna get lost forever. It was like, you turn around right now, get off on the exit, go, 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 like freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, if your GPS says, stay straight for like 200 miles and you're on an interstate and then you get off where there's gas stations, why doesn't the GPS just kind of assume you're getting off for gas?
Hey.
And like I understand they're so precise that they can kind of even tell what lane you're in sometimes. But like, if you were just to pull off real quick, get gas, and then go right back on there, I shouldn't hear a fucking peep out of that robotic voice.
Okay, I hear you, and maybe
because
just
it's annoying.
Maybe just even 10 years ago, I would have like been on your side. But here's the thing. People are so dependent on their technology telling them what to do next that it has to be that way. Like, yes, you and I can understand and find it annoying that a GPS will scream at you every time you make a minute adjustment to the plan, or if you make a small diversion off of a straightaway, it'll just flip the fuck out. But what if you're, I don't mean to be rude, what if you're Bailey? Right? What if you're Bailey and you stop for gas and you forget which direction you're coming from?
Like it's dark out. Like it's dark and you don't know which way you came in.
Sure. I would, I'd give her a little bit of grace, I suppose. But yeah.
I guess I can understand that. But like at the same time, it's like,
it's not for us, man.
If I start going the opposite way, then freak out. Like if I go like more than like half a mile or even a quarter of a mile away from the exit, then you can say something. But because that's the thing, the same GPS that freaked out when I went the wrong way, it let me go the wrong way back to the interstate because I thought the way that the parking lot was set up, there was another exit from where I came in, and it looked like it went straight to the road where I needed to be on. So I took that way, and my GPS was like, all right, you're back on the road. Go, keep on going, another 178 miles or whatever. And I drove for like a good mile before I realized that it thought I was on the interstate, and I was on this side road that ended in like a mile and a half. And that's on me. But why the fuck wasn't my GPS freaking out when I started going the wrong way?
That is funny. I don't know, man. I honestly, I'm going to go back to my initial argument. It's just not for us. And then that last example is just, nature of the device. It assumes you're going the right way because you're so close to the right way.
Fair enough, man. I like using Waze though. I can't reliably use it for a like a real GPS, but I really like using Waze.
Lots of people I know use it. I as much as I dislike using Google products, Google Maps is easy. They update it frequently, so.
I only use Waze just for, the user interface. Like, it's user reported, so it'll be like, oh, there's a cop up ahead. And you'll know it because, somebody it's easy to get to report police.
Well, as
or,
a guy,
report a pothole or something that's a hazard.
As a guy who follows traffic laws almost to a T, I don't have a use for that feature.
For just the police, but I mean, it'll tell you if there's a traffic light out, up ahead, or it'll show there's traffic. I know Apple and
I would say to that same degree,
that,
Google does the same thing.
But it's user reported, so it gets to you faster than Google would, because Google like the way that they do it, they just detect when most of the cars that are using its service slow down in a certain area.
Hey, you assume they're only checking devices using maps.
Oh, well, you know what I'm saying. But then Waze, it's coming from as soon as there's traffic, someone will report it and be like, okay, there's traffic right here, just so y'all know behind me.
It's cool. And I mean, when you live in an area where people use it, it works fine. I'm just saying, can't beat Google's invasive technology.
Fair enough.
Nah, I don't think it really matters as long as we get to the destination.
I mean,
there is no brand loyalty here.
That's funny you say that, because Kelly, this was maybe 3 months ago. Well, we were sitting in the movie theater, so I guess that kind of nulls my previous argument that I don't go to the theater often. But we were sitting in the theater. Oh, we were with we were with friends watching Wicked.
Okay.
And
yeah, sure.
I like Wicked.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would admit if I went by myself.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Please continue.
I would have gone by myself.
Okay.
Thankfully, I have friends. I have friends that actually want to do things with me, CK. So anyway, I'm sitting there looking at the dang screen, and they do the Coke ad, right before, and it's like, get a yummy Coke at the front, and I just turned to Kelly and I was like, that doesn't work. I don't know who that's for, because that doesn't work on me. Advertisements like that. Because I see that and I don't instantly think, oh, I'm going to go get a Coke now. Because chances are I either already got one or I'm not going to get one. And Kelly so kindly informed me that I am very susceptible to advertisements. And I got to thinking about it, and she's kind of right. I'm kind of a sucker for shit like that. Man, I can't well, here's a good example. One of my favorite movies, Smokey and the Bandit. You've watched the movie with me. That's got to be one of the main reasons why I drink Coors now, is because it's in the movie, and I like that movie so much.
Okay, but follow-up question: do you like Coors?
I do like Coors. I'll say I do like Coors on my own, but I probably wouldn't have tried it if it wasn't in that movie.
Okay, then sure, give credit to the movie for making you try it, but it has no bearing on whether or not you like the product.
Oh, no, I'm not saying...
you don't like it because it's in Smokey and the Bandit. You try it because it's in Smokey and the Bandit. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. I think that's where the confusion is with advertisement. There's nothing wrong with trying something. There's nothing wrong with participating in what the ad is selling. It's when the ads are what is it? I mean, they're interrupting the content when they're
right. Like YouTube ads,
or when they're scams, when they're trying to indoctrinate you, stuff like that. That's different. But you're just trying something because you saw it in a movie. Yes, that is 100% product placement. I'm sure Coors paid out the ass to have it be their beer in the movie.
Right.
But it's different. I wouldn't say that makes you susceptible. I think that's just a good example of you seeing something and something you like and taking the opportunity to try it because it's real.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. You know, I watch F1, and my favorite team, you know, when I first started watching was Red Bull. So now all I drink is Red Bull. However, I do like the taste of Red Bull on its own. Like, I would have probably come to that conclusion. But because it's the team that I like, I was like, oh, I'm going to buy some Red Bull because of that. So I'm saying that even though what I like, I'm allowed to like what I like, whether I have help, you know, from an external source or not. But Kelly is right. I think I am susceptible to ads, you know, to like product placement and ads and stuff. But I never really thought of myself that way. I always thought that I wasn't, because I'll see the stupid ads and I'll be like, well, what the hell? Why would I? This isn't going to make me want to buy this shit. But then there's beer on in the back of a truck in a movie, and then all of a sudden I want that beer.
Well, everyone thinks that they're immune to the same entrapments everyone else falls into. That is hubris. So I don't think it's really that crazy to think, oh, I'm immune to ads, and then to find yourself trying, you know, giving in to an ad. I think there's an argument to be made that you're a little susceptible to mnemonic devices, but I still think that you're not gonna participate in something you don't enjoy for the sake of something else. Ultimately, everything you do is fueled by your enjoyment, and I think that's what makes it okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay to see an ad for something and buy it. Just plain and simple. If you see an ad for something that looks like you'll like it and you buy it and you like it, I don't care if I don't care if it's a fucking scam. If it works for you and you didn't get scammed, good shit, man.
Anyway, I can't wait for us to get ads so I can sell stuff to people.
I can't wait to scam people again.
Let's go work on a scam right now.
Like, yeah.
We're going to earn $30.
All right, guys. Check out my new podcast series, How Not to Get Scammed. It should be available by the time this comes out.
And if it's not, just pay us for it anyway. It'll come out eventually.
All right, be on the lookout for that.
Bye.
Bye.
That's what racing is about.